Okay, right now we're gonna do the cutting on the chassis. First, we're gonna do the front part. In order to make the arm, which is right here, this piece, these two pieces right here, to move up and down, we have to remove all this part right here. Let me just go ahead and mark it. And okay. So right here, all the white spot, which is right here and here and here and here. Okay, make sure here you're only gonna move this piece right here and here and here. You're only gonna cut about right here. Okay, same thing here. Okay, and the same here and here. For this part right here and this part right here, we're gonna keep for now. I'm gonna explain the cutting of this piece later, because I'm gonna keep that for a reason. So first, just follow my cutting point. Just cut this, the point I marked right now. Okay. If you're gonna ask me how can you cut it, there's a lot of way to cut it. The most easy way to do it, if you don't have professional tool, it is using a Dremel. Okay. Okay, if you want to using Dremel to cut it, first thing you have to do is you're gonna put a bit, which is cutting bit like this one right here. This is the 3mm grinder, which is right here. Or either if you want to using 2mm, it is fine. So I'm not gonna show you how to cut it because everybody they have their own style or their own way to cut it. The most easy way, again, just using the grinder, the bit right here, slowly trim that off. Just trim that off slowly, little by little. Okay, you don't want over cutting the pieces. Because I already have the professional tool, I'm just gonna using my micro milling machine to remove all the pieces. Then I'm gonna explain next step after I finish. Okay. Okay, I just finished cutting the front part right here. Okay, so you can see the difference compared with the original one. Let me give you a better angle. You can see the difference. Okay, so the difference it is you have to completely remove all this right here. See? Okay, and make sure do not damage any part of right here. Okay, you can remove the piece which is on the top of that, but you do not damage anything from in here and here and here, because here and here and here, this is the arm gonna be having the supporting on the chassis. Okay, so you need to keep all this really clean and make sure there's no any extra cutting was damage the all here and here and here and here. Just try to remove all this piece, which is right here. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. Okay, so also here you can see I still keep a little bit right here. Okay, see, first I told you just cut up here, so that's the way you cut it. Do not overcutting to all the way to here. You have to keep as much as you can right here, but you still have to move this little L shape, which is located right here. Okay, because those the gear gonna be the pink gear gonna be land, which is right here. Okay. Okay, next we're gonna remove the piece right here. Okay, you can see here has about 3mm notch, which is right here. Let me give you a better angle, you can see it. Okay, right here. See the 2 notch located on the both side. We're going to remove the notch on this 2 location. Okay, in this case you can insert the arm into it, and the arm can move like this, up and down. Okay, like this one right here. See this one right here, the arm right here, we insert into the, let me give it a better angle, you can see it. See, I insert my arm right here. So this is the piece we are going to cut right here. Okay, make sure do not damage on the side, which right here. Just cut the notch, makes it a little bit deeper. So I'm gonna cut it and show you the difference after I finish the cutting. Okay. Finish cutting right here. So let me put the original chassis, you can see the difference. Okay, let me give it a better angle. Okay, as you can see, the original chassis, which is right here, this piece right here, okay, and this piece right here, there's a wall right here, it's blocked. So after you remove this piece, is gonna be right here, gonna be have a open door right here, same as here. Okay, so in this case the arm can go here and it can turn. Okay, that's the point you have to cut. Make sure you have to keep this piece right here about 3mm 0.2 like this. Okay, so here's about a 3.2, and the same here about 3.3. okay, just make sure you have to be a little bit bigger than 3mm. okay, because we gonna double 2 of the 1.5mm FRP to make it become 3mm. So you need some a little bit gap to make sure it can turn. Okay, if you make this one smaller than 3mm or either even 3mm, the arm is no way can turn. So you have to make it just a little bit bigger. Make sure do not over cutting, because over cutting this piece is gonna be very loose. Okay, you need this piece right here as stronger as possible, because this is the whole piece gonna be holding the wheel and the transmission system. So you have to make it really accurate cutting right here in order to the arm can really be solid, can holding the whole transmission system. Okay, so this is the cutting right here. So we'll just finish the front part. But again, this is the part I'm pretty sure people had a question about how come I don't move it, because in this case the arm can go up and then go down. If you don't move this piece, and when it goes down, this piece is gonna be blocked. So the reason I keep this piece right here for now, because I need this one when I do assembly. I need this piece one. I can using that for adjust my wheel, the distance and the lower point. Okay, so I'm gonna expand that later. Just keep these two pieces right here on the chassis right now. We're gonna do that later. Okay, so right now I'm gonna go ahead to cutting off the back of the chassis. Okay. Okay, for the back of the chassis, we're gonna do the exactly same cutting, almost same in front. We're gonna remove all the pieces which is block the arm. Okay, so same, we're gonna starting cutting off this right here, and this right here, and this right here, and also this piece right here, and this piece right here. And here we're gonna remove a little bit right here, and here the L shape we're gonna move up to here. Okay, and basically that's it. That's all the parts we have to remove. And for the you can see there's two pieces right here. Don't worry about it. Okay, these two pieces which are right here not gonna block you anything, so just keep that for now. Okay, so let me just go ahead and cut it. After cut it, I'm gonna show you the difference. I just finished. So you can see the difference. The difference after cutting, it is all the pieces right here. It's already gone. So basically, these locations are empty. But make sure you don't damage right here and here, because again, this piece, two pieces right here, these two locations right here, that's gonna be the arm gonna be having supporting right here. So basically, make sure this surface there's no any extra cutting and any extra damage around this two location. Okay, so next I'm gonna cutting off this piece right here. So in this case, I can insert the arm into it. The arm can move like this. So we gonna cut off. See, there's a two little bar which is located right here. Okay, so we're gonna so you're gonna see there's a little gap right here between that. It's really, let me give you a better angle if you can see it, and it's about right here. Let me mark right here. You can see that, and also here. So let me give you a better angle. You can see. So we're going to cut these two pieces open. So same situation like we cutting off right here. So we're gonna cut the open, make it like open door, so we can insert the arm into it. The arm can move like this. Okay, so let me show you my original the prototype one. So as you can see, I cut off here. So this two piece location right here gonna be open door, so you can insert arm into it, so the arm can using that as a joint, so it can move like this. Okay, so just make sure you're only gonna cut like about 3 millimeters, about 3.1 or either 3.3 between that, but do not overcutting too much, because you don't want that being too big, because too big the arm gonna be a little bit loose. So anyway, basically let me focus a little bit, you can see more detail. because there's something blocked there, but there is cutting point you can obviously find on this chassis, which is right here. You can see right here and here there's a two wall between that notch. So between that two wall, left and right, there's a notch right here. That's the part you're gonna cut. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it, and after that I'm gonna show you the different versus the original and cut the chassis. Okay. I just finished cutting, and as you can see right here, you can see there's they make it's cutting open. So there's a two open door right here, so you can see the terminal, which is the gold piece right here. So just make sure this piece right here, the gap between that about 3 millimeter, but you have to be a little bit bigger than 3 millimeter. This is 3 millimeter carbon fiber, so just make sure this piece can go inside. You can feel a little bit loose, same as here. Make sure this piece can go inside. You can feel a little bit loose, because that's gonna be very important, because this piece gonna be insert right here, and it's gonna be moved like this. So you have to give a little bit space so this piece can move a little bit freely. Okay, so next we're gonna do another cutting. Then we finish the cutting on the chassis, but not really finished, just about 90% finished, because again we're gonna keep these two pieces right here and these two pieces right here as well. We're gonna cut that later on my number part 4 video, which is I'm gonna do the assembly. I'm gonna expand that later, but just keep this for now. Don't cut it yet, because those two you have to keep it for the assembly purpose. Okay, and then next we're gonna do a very important cutting. It's not really cutting, it's just gonna using this 2 millimeter hand drill to drill another. We're going to drill another hole on the chassis. So in this case, we can make the arm right here to be moved like this, because right here you don't have nothing to hold the arm, so make it turn. Also, another purpose it is we're gonna need that hole. We can insert another shaft into it, and then can holding the contact. Right now, I'm just gonna show you how to do it. Make sure you're using 2 millimeter hand drill. Okay, take a look at chassis. This 2 point right here, this is the counter gear shaft gonna go. So we're gonna drill a 2 millimeter hole from here to make it piercer to the other side. Okay, from this point to the top of the chassis about 4 millimeter. So we're going to starting from 4 millimeter on the side, which is about let me using my digital caliper to find the 4 millimeter. It's about right here. Let me mark it real quick. So this is, so just mark right here. Just make sure you're going to remove all the terminal first, because that terminal gonna block you. So make sure remove that terminal. Okay, you're gonna about right here. This is the, let me give you a better angle. This is the 4 millimeter hole, which is, I mean 4 millimeter the mark I just make right here, the white point. You're not gonna starting from that mark. You're gonna starting a little bit higher, which is make the drill level with the highest point of the mark. So we're gonna from here, and we're gonna go all the way. See the notch right here? Gonna go all the way, make the whole drill to the other side. Okay, so we're going to, let me just go ahead, it's about right here. Okay, we're going to slowly to do it. Make it okay. Okay, finally. So okay, when you make one end, go through it. Make sure you push out to take a look at it. Make sure it's level, because you have to be really vertical like this. Okay, let me caliper a little bit. Make sure everything is fine. Okay. Just make sure when you drill the hole have to be same level right here, same level as the notch right here. So okay, so you're gonna go ahead, push your drill to all the way to the other side and make it pierce. Okay, like this. You don't have to go all the way to over there. Okay, make sure you don't have to go all the way to go the other end. You just have to make sure you've been cutting open from here and to here. Okay, in this case you can have like this. See that? See the little hole right here, and also the little hole right here. So the main point it is these two holes which locate right here and here have to be really like level. Okay, don't worry about all the drill right here, the hole right here. This is just the hole you're gonna insert another shaft into it. So this is just gonna be the canal, but because we're gonna cut a shaft, so the shaft only gonna be this longer. So just make sure the hole right here and here have to be really level to the other side. Okay, so like this. Let me give you a better angle, and you can see this one right here. Okay, see there's a little bit like support right here, so make sure this support also level with the bottom side of the hole, same as here. So we have a support right here, and it's level with the bottom side of the hole. Okay, so just make sure that, and it's gonna be like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other end. Same thing, you're just gonna go using your drill to keep digging, go to the other side and make all the whole level. Okay. Okay, again, just finish from here. So just make sure when you insert your drill right here, you can see the drill is being level. Okay. So in this case, everything should be fine. Okay. And make sure you have to drill another hole on the other end, because you're gonna using that for maybe future. You're gonna change the gear ratio. You may need it, because when you want to push the arm out and take the counter gear out, you have to using another shaft to push from this end to the other side. So it is really important to just make another hole on this side right here, because you already have one hole right here. So because again, you're gonna push it out. So anyway, just finish all the cutting on this chassis right now. Okay, before I finish the part 2, we're gonna do another cutting. It's not on a chassis actually. We're gonna need this item number 15206. This is the 2mm hollow propeller shaft, and I forgot to introduce this piece when preparation on my part 1, but we do need one of this package. So what are we gonna do? It is we're gonna using that one insert all the way from side to the chassis. So this is gonna be the shaft which is holding the arm and the counter gear. So it's gonna be like this. Also, you're not gonna using the whole size of the propeller shaft. You're gonna cut part of it. So if you ask me how many we want to keep, we're gonna keep about up to here. Let me give a better angle right here. So we're gonna keep about 28mm. Okay, so the reason you want to keep that much, because you're gonna insert this one all the way here, but the extra part we're gonna cut it, because after you cut it, and we can when you do the assembly, we're gonna insert the terminal holder into it. So the terminal holder, which actually it can do, it can block the both shaft. Okay, let me put the terminal back. You can see more detail. So again, we're gonna insert this one from left to right, or either right to left, doesn't really matter. So you're just gonna insert to it. Okay. So you're not gonna go all the way to here. You're gonna a little bit back, because remember we have the terminal latch, which is right here. We're gonna insert the terminal holder, which is to this side. So as you can see, this whole piece can block it, so can stabilize the whole thing in the center, so without moving it. So that's why you have to cut it, and after you cut it, you can insert this piece right here to block on this end. So again, we only gonna keep about 28 or 29 millimeter. So basically it should be 28, but you want to keep a little bit longer. So after you insert this one to the chassis, if it's too long, you have some space, you can fix it, because if you cut too short, there's no way you can fix it, and then you have to open another package to cut another one. So I'm just gonna go ahead using my Dremel. You can see right here, so I already mark it. This is about 28 right here. Actually it's 29 right here. I'm gonna keep 1 millimeter, so so when I doing the assembly, I can still can adjust the length of this the shaft. Okay. Okay. After you cut it, make sure you're gonna fix a little bit surface right here, because it's gonna be a little bit rough. So just go ahead and fix it, makes a little bit like a back to the right side. Okay, so like this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut another piece. Okay, we just have 2 pieces right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and insert to show you how it works. We're gonna insert from one end to the other end. Okay, gonna push all the way like this. Okay, so this is actually the FRP arm gonna go, and this is the counter gear gonna go, and the same thing on the back. Gonna insert to it and push all the way to the other end. So it's gonna be there. Just make sure when you look at its level, if it's a little bit crooked, you have to fix it. Anyway, then we're going to insert the terminal holder back to the right position, right here. So, and at this end, I told you keep a little bit longer, and you can see this end stick out a little bit more. You can try to force it to be fit like this, okay, and or either just fix a little bit, make it a little bit shorter, but it's up to you. As long as you can insert this piece into it, should be fine. So anyway, we just finished part 2 for the chassis. Okay.